Dear students, how are you? I hope you are hale and hearty by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. I am Robil Hussein, your English teacher. A very warm welcome to my online class. Today I will conduct SSC English past paper. I mainly focus on how to write a flowchart. No doubt, I'm going to show you how to write a flowchart. Now the question is, what is flowchart or what do you mean by a flowchart? You see, a flowchart is a type of diagram. Diagram means a chart or a design or a graph. Okay, so it's a type of chart or it's a type of design, or we can say it's a type of diagram, or we can say it's a type of graph that represents a workflow or process. Here represents means describes, narrates, illustrates, or focuses. Okay, so a type of diagram that represents a workflow or process. Here workflow means sequence of any work, sequence of any process. Okay, so what do you understand by a flowchart? You see, a flowchart is a type of diagram. It's a diagram, it's a chart, it's a graph. Okay, it's a design that represents a workflow or process. That means that in a flowchart, workflow or process is presented is presented in a chart or in a diagram. I think all of you have got my point. Now come to the next topic, that is, what is a flowchart about? That means that what is the subject matter of flowchart? What is the subject matter of flowchart, or what is the topic that are basically discussed in a flowchart? Okay, you see, describing a workflow, describing the sequence of process, finding out example based on a concept, describing cause and effect, making classification of something. That means that what is a flowchart about? Okay, what are the subject matter of flowchart, or what is in a flowchart? You see, in a flowchart, sometimes you may be asked to describe a workflow, or you may be asked to describe the sequence of a process, or you may be asked to find out the example based on any topic, any concept, or you may be asked to describe the cause and effect. You may be asked or you may be requested to describe cause and effect, or you may be asked to make classification. You may be asked to make classification of something. So that is the basically subject matter of flowchart. These are the subject matters of flowchart. Come to the next one, that is do's and don'ts in writing a flowchart. Okay, since the topic is completely new for the SSC first year student, so most of the students get confused how to write a flowchart. Okay, so you see there are some do's and don'ts in writing a flowchart. Have a look. That is, first one is avoid writing full sentence. That means that in a flowchart, you cannot write a full sentence. That means you cannot use subject plus verb plus object, the structure. You cannot use the structure of subject plus verb plus object. Okay. You cannot write full sentence. Next one is avoid writing subject. When you are going to write answer in a flowchart, you cannot write subject at the very beginning. Okay, you have to skip writing subject. You have to avoid writing subject. Next one is no full stop at the end of points. Since a flowchart is the combination of 6 points, A flowchart is the combination of 6 points, so you cannot use points at the end of sentence, at the end of points. Okay, so no full stop at the end of points. When you will finish the points, you cannot use full stop. Write notes or points. You have to you have to answer the points of the flowchart using points or short note. Okay, you have to write short notes or points. That means that you cannot write the answers in a flowchart in a descriptive way, or you cannot write full sentence. You have to write to the point. You have to write points or short notes. Next one is no box, no marks. That means that in a flowchart, drawing boxes is very important. If you do not draw any box, you will get no marks. Okay, no box, no marks. Another important thing is that you have to give arrow. You have to give arrow and number. Okay, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this way. Okay, this is also important. You have to connect, you have to connect 6 boxes using arrow. Okay. Okay, now the question is how to draw a flowchart. Most students get confused how to draw a flowchart. They often ask questions. Okay, so you see there are 3 processes of drawing a flowchart. You can follow any one of them. There are 3 processes of drawing a flowchart, and you can use any one of them. You can draw any one of the process. You see, first one is process 1. Okay, so you see there are 6 boxes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 boxes are connected together by using arrow. Have a look. Okay, there are a number of arrows are used to connect the boxes. Another important information is you have to use number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you see, this is horizontal process. That is called horizontal way. You can draw a flowchart in a horizontal way. That means that একটার পর একটা পাশাপাশি বসিয়ে তুমি ফ্লো চার্টটা ড্র করতে পারো। ওকে, এটাকে বলে হরিজন্টাল প্রসেস। Process 2, that is vertical process. That means that one after one, top to bottom. Okay, top to bottom you can draw 6 boxes one after one like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 boxes are connected together by using arrow. Have a look. Okay, so this is another process of drawing a flowchart. This is another process of drawing a flowchart. I suggest you, okay, I suggest you using process 2. This is most convenient. This is most convenient for the students. Next one is process 3. That is, you see, the first one is horizontal. The first one is horizontal, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are vertical. অর্থাৎ প্রথমটা তুমি প্রশ্নে যেভাবে দেওয়া থাকে সেভাবে লিখবে। প্রশ্নগুলো সাধারণত তোমার হরিজন্টাল ওয়েতে দেওয়া থাকে। তো প্রথমটা হরিজন্টাল ওয়েতে ড্র করার পরে বাকিগুলো তুমি 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 এগুলো ভার্টিক্যাল ওয়েতে, অর্থাৎ উপরে নিচে, ঠিক আছে, টপ টু বটম এভাবে করে তুমি ড্র করতে পারো। বাট আই সাজেস্ট ইউ টু ইউজ প্রসেস 2. Okay, that is most used methods of flowchart. That means that how basically questions are set in flowchart. Have a look. There are 6 methods of setting question in a flowchart. First one is gerund or participle. That means verb plus ing plus extension. The second method is by plus gerund or participle plus extension. Third method is infinitive. That means to plus verb plus extension. Method 4, different forms of verbs. We know that basically there are three forms of verb: present form or base form, past form, and participle. Uh, Method 5 is single worded parts of speech. That means that any single word belongs to any parts of speech, more than single word or phrase. Okay, you have know that you have idea about phrase. I think you know that phrase is a group of words without having subject and verb. Okay, so these are the six methods which are used in making question of flowchart. Okay, have a look. Method 1, gerund or participle, that means verb plus ing plus extension. So you see, this is the question. This is the question based on method 1, that is gerund or participle. Have a look. Based on your reading of the passage, make short notes in each of the boxes in the flowchart showing the situation of adolescent girls in Bangladesh. So you see, this question is set from your textbook, that is Unit 6, Lesson 2. From your new English first paper textbook, from Unit 6, Lesson 2, the question is set. So you see, have a look. First one is getting married early. That means that getting is participle here. Getting is what? Getting is participle here. That means verb plus ing. So you have to use verb plus ing form in each of the boxes. You have to use ing form in each of the boxes. Okay. If you want to get full marks in flowchart, you have to use the same form. You have to use the same form that is used in the first option. Come to next one, that is process 2, and that is verb plus gerund or participle plus extension. You see, in your textbook, Unit 7 and Lesson 1, if you go through the unit, you will see that complete the following flowchart describing how to a car, how to drive a car, or what you have to do when you are in the driving seat. That means that how to drive a car or what you have to do when you are in the driving seat. So the question is set from your textbook, that is Unit 7 and Lesson 1. Follow the question, that is by keeping steering and horn in hands. So you see, by plus gerund is here. By plus gerund. Okay, by plus gerund is here. So you have to use by plus gerund in each of the boxes. You have to use by plus gerund in each of the boxes if you want to get good marks. Come to next one, that is process 3. That is infinitive, to plus verb. Have a look in your textbook, Unit 2, Lesson 1. The question is, read the text and make a flowchart showing the use of personal computer. Okay, if you go through the text, if you go through Unit 2 and Lesson 1 from your textbook, you will find the question, that is read the text and make a flowchart showing the use of personal computer. So the first answer is given for you, that is to allow us to access the internet. So you see, the first option begins with to plus verb. That means begins with infinitive, to plus verb, to allow. That is infinitive. So since the first option begins with infinitive, you have to use infinitive form. That means to plus verb form in each of the boxes if you want to get standard marks in flowchart. Come to next one, that is method 4, different forms of verbs. That means that there are three forms of verb basically: base form or present form, past form, and participle form. Okay, the question is set from your textbook from lesson Unit 1, Lesson 2. Okay, come to the question. Based on a reading of the passage, make short notes in each of the boxes in the flowchart, showing the struggle of Mandela for multiracial democracy and his achievement. That means that you have to focus on multiracial democracy and Mandela's achievement. So first option is fought against apartheid. So you see the first option, first option which is given in the question paper begins with verb in first form, fought, fight, fought, fought. Okay, so this is the first form of fight. Since first option begins with first form of verb, you have to use first form of verb in each of the boxes. Okay, you have to complete box 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 using first form of the verb. Come to next one, that is method 5, single worded parts of a speech. Okay, the question is set from your textbook from Unit 8, Lesson 4. If you go to Unit 8 and Lesson 4, you will find the passage, you will find the question. Based on your reading of the passage, make short notes in each of the boxes in the flowchart showing the painful experiences a street child has to suffer to survive. So the passage is basically about street children named Amerigo. So the question is, you have to focus the sufferings of a street child. Okay, the first answer is homeless. So you see, this is adjective. This is adjective and it's a single word. We can say single worded parts of a speech. Okay, so since your option, your answer is in single word, so you have to use single word, that means adjective. If the given answer is noun, you have to use noun form in each of the boxes. If the given word, okay, if the given parts of a speech is adjective, you have to use adjective form in each of the boxes. You have to follow the first answer given. The last method is phrase, that means more than single word. Have a look. If you go through your text from Unit 12, Lesson 1, you will find the passage and you will find the question. Based on your reading of the passage, make short notes in each of the boxes in the flowchart showing the causes of Buriganga pollution. Okay, the passage basically focuses on water pollution. So your first answer is use quantities of toxic chemicals and waste. So you see there are a number of words. There are a number of words, but no subject, no finite verb. No subject and no finite verb. So this is a phrase. Since the first answer begins with a phrase, since the first answer is a phrase, you have to use phrase in each of the boxes. You have to use phrase in each of the boxes. So you see there are 6 methods. There are 6 methods of answering flowchart. You have to follow these methods. Okay, you have to follow the first one. You have to follow the first one. If the first one is verb plus ing form, you have to use verb plus ing form. If the first one is infinitive form, you have to use infinitive. If the first one is by plus gerund, you have to use by plus gerund. If the first option is verb in first form, you have to use verb in first form. If the first option is phrase, you have to use phrase in each of the boxes. If the first one is a single parts of a speech, you have to use single parts of a speech in each of the boxes. Okay, so this is all about my today's class. I earnestly request you to follow these methods, and if you follow these methods in the examination, okay, you will get a good mark, no doubt. Okay, no more today. Thank you. Have a nice day.